Hey everyone, welcome to the Game Week 31 preview video. Lots of big news lately in the Serie A fantasy world. If you've been liking what's been happening lately, including Canada making the World Cup, please drop a like and subscribe to the channel. That would really help things out. Without further ado, we'll jump right into it. I'll go through the lineup first, and there's a decent amount to talk about after that, which I'll show you. But this week, kind of going right on the Juve side, going against Inter. So only one Inter player starting. I thought I'd throw Kandreva on the bench as well this week, being as though they're facing Roma and Inter can obviously score goals. So I'm not going to be too biased towards my team. But we got Shenzi in net, obviously. I'm going to be relying a lot on my defense this week. I'm going to go with Theo Hernandez as captain with that attacking threat, and Milan should definitely keep the clean sheet against Bologna. Also, we got a potential double clean sheet because I do have Calabria as well. So big points if Milan can keep the clean sheet against Bologna. It's a lot to assume for a team not to score any goals, and generally I don't captain defenders that much, but Hernandez is very attacking, and there is a good clean sheet opportunity, so I'm going to take that chance this week. Next up, we got Patrick. Hopefully he plays. He's kind of been wishy-washy a little lately. Facing Sassuolo, who definitely has been better attacking than they are defensively, but I'm hoping Lazio can keep the door shut. Good clean sheet there. And Torino facing quite obviously the weakest team this year, Salernitana, hoping for some attacking returns and a clean sheet there as well. And he's going to take my vice captaincy. I don't see why Theo Hernandez wouldn't play, but he'll take the vice captaincy. Not a huge fan of the way the midfield looks. Oliveira kind of really hasn't been what I thought he'd be. Showed a lot of promise those first one or two games for Roma, but it's kind of cooled off since then. Milinkovic-Savic, good opportunity for some points in the midfield against the Swallow, and Quadrado might have a hard time against Inter. If I'm going to take someone out, it's probably going to be him. I basically need to decide between Çalhanoğlu and Quadrado, so I don't know. Çalhanoğlu probably is the more attacking of the two, so I might need to put my Juve pride to the side and play Çalhanoğlu, but I'll revisit that later. This isn't just Juve bias. I am going to be playing Vlahovic 100%. He just will not get the armband this week. Leao against Bologna, and Dzeko in case the goals go the other way, to be truly honest. So I'm not expecting a whole lot out of my attack. The defense is where I'm relying for a lot of points this week. But as we can see, this may not hold, and I'll show you why. So the big news coming out of 2 days ago, I think it was, either 2 days ago or yesterday, was the double game weeks got announced. And I'm going to go to the calendar where you can see all the fixtures. And I'm going to backtrack it. So this is the game week we're in. We're in game week 31. Nothing there, and there's no double game week next week either. If you go to the calendar, you'll see at the end of the game week postponed games from a different date. And as you can see, this game is being replayed, thought to have been a forfeit originally, but Udinese versus Salernitana will be replayed. And this is the first double game week of the season. This comes from game week 19. And it was the only game canceled during that time. And so both Udinese and Salernitana will have a double game week. Not the most mouth-watering double game week, two pretty weak teams. I would definitely not go out of my way to get Salernitana players in and use transfers or spend points that way. Thinking about maybe bringing in one or two Udinese players though. Then we got game week 34. This is the big double game week, 3 out of the 4 games that were canceled from game week 20. This is likely when I'll be using my double captainship. I'm probably going to just captain 2 different Inter players. Maybe I'll bring in a Fiorentina player to captain, but I'll probably just captain 2 different Inter players, maybe defender and attacker, and against Bologna, and then they'll also be facing Roma as well, so I'll get points from there as well. So very good possibilities there. If you notice as well, though, Fiorentina plays Salernitana, and then they play Udinese. So that's actually a really good team to target as well for double game week players. So this game week, I think I'll be trying to ride. I already have 3 Inter players, which is nice. I don't need to worry about bringing them in, which is why I will be keeping them throughout this entire time. So don't expect a transfer out of Dzeko, Çalhanoğlu, or Bastoni unless there's an injury that occurs. But yeah, I might try to bring in some Fiorentina players for that. And if you do bring in Udinese players, you do have them for the double game week. The other team they face in addition to Fiorentina is Bologna, so not a horrible match either. And then there's nothing in game week 35, but in 36, the Atalanta and Torino game is put there. So you kind of have you can try to bring in two players probably from Atalanta. I have Singo, so I'll have him from Torino as long as he stays, and I don't see myself getting rid of him anytime soon. But yeah, you have maybe bring in like a Muriel, Zapata, depending on, I don't know, both of them are injured right now still or what's going on. Pasalic, Malinovsky, someone to get that extra game, and they play Spezia as well. So it is a pretty good double game week there for Atalanta as well. So these are the fixtures that have now been added. They're probably going to be the only double game weeks because there's not really any more COVID cancellations anymore. I think so. There's no more Serie teams in Champions League. Actually, there might be some other tournaments, I forget, but likely not to be any more postponements and therefore need to be played another time. But that's kind of how it's looking. So if I go to the transfers this week, I do really like taking advantage of double game weeks. And so I am thinking of taking the next couple weeks to start bringing in these players. Now I have a lot of the players that I have do have good fixtures coming up. So it's kind of hard for me to get rid of things. But I do think I want to get a cheaper keeper than Chesney. Spend up or free up more money to spend elsewhere. And if I go and look, Udinese's next 4 game weeks, but 6 matches. So they have a double game weeks back to back, and Silvestri is the only goalie that's played so far this season for them. So he's likely to get, I'd say, at least 3 out of 4 of those games, as well as leading up to that play Cagliari and Venezia. So I do think I will be bringing in Silvestri this week and starting him against Cagliari. That way I don't have a defender, hoping to get a clean, like I know it's a goalkeeper, but I kind of treat them in the same thought process as defenders. But I'm not banking on a clean sheet against Inter Milan. So if I get rid of Chesney and I bring in Silvestri, that frees me. I have 1.6 in the bank at that point. A double game week player for game weeks 33 and 34. I'm also thinking of bringing in either Molina or Deulofeu. Deulofeu is one of the most brought in players right now, but he does have a flag on him right now. So I'm going to pause on that for now, maybe bring him in next week. But then I'll have a couple double game week players for the kind of lesser double game week out of them. Remember, they are facing Salernitana, so it could be a good haul still. Probably clean sheet. So players that I'm looking for kind of from Udinese, I'm going to be thinking of is Silvestri, Molina, and Deulofeu. And those kind of have been the biggest hitting Udinese players this year. Let's see who their highest scorers are if we sort by score. We got Deulofeu, okay, Becto, but I kind of like my strikers right now. Molina, Silvestri. There you go. So they're 3 out of the top 4 there. So if you are looking for double game week players, I'm going to suggest these. I'll take a quick look at Salernitana just to see what you could be looking at if you did want to go that route. Bonazzoli, a striker. They're 2 strikers, and I'm sure you already have better ones than that, and everything else just falls right off. So I would probably steer away from Salernitana, although I do know Verity's been good, especially on set pieces. But I'd probably, if you're gonna try to get players out of this double game week, go for Udinese players. I'm just honestly going to make mine official right now. I don't really have any more deciding to do. And yeah, that's it. And I'm going to say start bringing in these players. These extra games could be really meaningful. My top 5, I'm going to have those 3 Udinese players, Silvestri, Deulofeu, and Molina. If you want, start bringing these players in. I think even if they're not playing for you this upcoming week, which for me, Silvestri will be now, and I'll make that change. Bring in double game week players. They make a world of difference. And this is, if you're bringing them in from either of these teams, both of them have double game weeks the next week as well. So at least you're getting 4 matches in 2 game weeks there. Obviously, it's likely that they won't play all 4, but it's likely that you'll get at least 2, hopefully 3. So just something to keep in mind there. So that's my top 3 there. I'm going to go with Theo Hernandez being the next one. Just good fixtures, good captaincy option coming up as well. So that's who I'm going to pick there. And I'll pick one of the Inter players just because you want to start preparing for those players double game weeks as well. So I will go with Eden Dzeko at this point, just because Lautaro Martinez and him. You could go with either one, but I'm going to go the cheaper of the two. So I'll say that my top three this week are Silvestri Molina and De La Feu, as well as Theo Hernandez and Dzeko. Okay. Didn't put a whole lot of time into that, not one of my better ones. I wanted to focus more on explain the double game weeks and what my thought process is going there. Start getting in these players, and you can obviously, it could be definitely worth spending points to get more in, but if you want to try to get it as cheap as possible without dropping so many points, start getting them in now and prepare for the double game weeks. Hope you enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the review video after this week's fixtures. Good luck.